Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Like a bridge on the river, we have options. It can go in both the directions. Mind is a bridge on the river of consciousness, and this river of life has two banks. One is the consciousness, other is the matter. And these two things are connected by a bridge called as mind. Nobody makes a house on the bridge. Either you go this end or that end. Exactly the same way is our life. We have a choice. Either we go to the left bank or go to the right bank. So, those who choose correctly, they go to that destination. For example, initially we are only extrovert. We want the things to such an extent that there is no end to our demands, to our wants, to our desires. So if we have to see what we have achieved till date in our life, only one thing, unsuccessful attempt to fulfill our desires. When we were small kids, I am telling when we were, not you. Because today's children, they don't have the marbles. They have got only the digital things. So, when we were playing marbles. So for those marbles, we were so mad if we don't get it. If we win, we are so happy. Now we are grown up. So now what we want? We want marble in our bathroom. Then marble is not leaving us all the time. I want this, I want that. I want this, I want that. Now the second step. When we want something, exactly what happens? See? When we want something, we are uneasy. We are uncomfortable. See? Take anything. Like, the other day, I was in Minneapolis, and my host, he said, Swamiji, excuse me, I'll just go and come within half an hour. I have to go and take a haircut. So I told him, do one experiment and learn from this. So now it has come in your head that you should take a haircut. Don't go. Postpone it for 2 days. It is not emergency, is it not? So he said, Swamiji, why? I said, we are doing experiment. Experiments are done to learn something. So I wanted some guinea pig. You are freely available. And then he said, okay, I will not go. After half an hour he came, Swamiji, you do some other experiment on me. But I had to go and take a haircut. I said, it's not emergency, man. Hold. There is no urgency. Finally, he said, Swamiji, you may feel bad that I don't obey you, but I am going to go. Now see, such a simple thing. Anything goes in our head as a desire, it makes us miserable. Then what do? We fulfill the desire. One desire we fulfill, the second is standing in a queue. Second desire you fulfill, the third is standing in a queue. And the net result is we are constantly seeking happiness but searching the objects. See the difference? We are all seeking happiness, is it not? Whatever we do or whatever we don't do, it is meant only for happiness. Like those afterwards. Like those people, today is Ekadashi, isn't it? Because I was in a Gujarati house, so I know there is Ekadashi. So in the morning, I did Ekadashi, and here I am doing Dwadashi. So I shifted from New York to New Jersey. One day has gone. So, some people observe fast for becoming happy. People like me keep on eating whole day for becoming happy. Some people get married for becoming happy. What they get is not the topic. So some people get married for getting happiness. Some people divorce for getting happiness. See, in short, these are the two activities that we are engaged in. Get involved or withdraw. These two activities, pravritti and nivritti, they are aimed at only getting happiness. And our whole life goes only in this. We never think for a moment. And what we have to think, what we have to learn. So first principle I will tell you today, how to go within. Going within is not depression. Depressed people also go within. What happened to you? What is remaining to happen? Did anybody insult you? Who respects me? Is something wrong with you when something is right with me? Are you mad? Who calls me wise? A case of perfect depression. So, a depressed person also goes within, and a dispassionate person also goes within. See, two things. Depression is unhealthy condition of the mind. Dispassion is a healthy condition of the mind. So when go within, we have to find out, are we going within because of depression or dispassion? In one place I went in UK, one of the places I was staying, and the lady, she says, Swamiji, I am going for shopping, will you like to come? I said, come, I have nothing to do. I said, I don't like to go to temples, because I have seen the original, why to see the duplicate? So I said, let's go to the shopping. So she went. Her husband told her, get some small container, we have to keep this thing, and I am always searching where to keep. She said, okay. So she went. She bought 2 dozens of containers, small. I said, Mama, you want only one? Where? No, kaam aayega. Then we went for buying vegetables. They were only 2. Hum do hamara koi nahi that time. And those 2 of them, she bought 5 kilograms of spinach. Everything in huge quantities. And when we came home, I asked her husband, I said, hey, Mahatma ji, is your wife in depression? She says, Swami, why do you say like that? I said, the way she is buying, depressed people are having zero security. And they get that security by constantly buying the things. And they feel it is a good thing that I am happy now. See, in short, we are struggling to get happiness this way, that way, but we have not learned from our experiences. Now, what is our experience? When one desire is fulfilled, have we discovered fulfillment in life? Watch. Right from childhood onwards, how many desires we have fulfilled? One? Hundreds and thousands of them. Have we come to a point? Enough. I don't want anything now. See, there is no end. The other day I was telling one story. There was a devotee of Bhagwan, and that devotee did a lot of prayers. God appeared in front of him. And the God said, come on, my dear, I am happy with your prayers. Let's go to the Vaikuntha. I got a special helicopter for you. Get in. The devotee said, I won't go alone. I want to take the whole world to the heavens. See? God said, forget about the world, you come. No, I don't want to come alone. God said, okay, anyone you bring, I take him. With your recommendation, no credentials will be checked. So first of all, that devotee went to a sannyasi. Who is a sannyasi? Who has renounced everything. The meaning of sannyasa is, dehanyaso hi sannyasaha naiva kashaya vasasa. He who has discarded the body identification, he is a sannyasi. We people are tailor-made sannyasi because of the clothes. So, Sannyasi Maharaj, there is an offer to go to the Vaikuntha, free offer. Today is Ekadashi, very rare chance. Please come. Sannyasi said, no way, I am constructing a temple for the Lord. I had to fix the marble. The Italian marble is coming. I had to go and take the delivery. So directly Lord has come. But he is busy in the temple. See? From there, the devotee got disgusted, went to a Vanaprasthi. Vanaprasthi is the one who is good for nothing. He is called a retired person. Retired means what? Everybody is really tired of them. So he thought this retired fellow is good for nothing, he will definitely come. So retired said, no, now recently my grandchild is born. Unless his marriage is finished, how can I come? He refused. Then the devotee got more disgusted and he went to a grahastha. Come on, let's go. He said, are you mad or what? Just now we are married, we have to fight, we have to do so many things. We can't come like that. Then he went to a brahmachari, a student. He said, forget, I had to do my PhD. All those who do PhD, they are good for nothing. Finish your graduation and earn money and enjoy life. No, I want to do PhD. All PhDs are useless. So he didn't come. Then the devotee got disgusted. Where to go? So he went to a pig, worst in the animals, and told the pig, come on, there is the offer, come with me. He said, I can't come, I will have to ask her. So he went to Mrs. Swine and asked, hey honey, this is the offer. Should we go? Ask them, our food is available there? If our food is not available, we cannot come. And the devotee got disgusted and the Lord said, bring everybody. See friends, our total life is wasted in fulfilling the desires. We have never learned. The real spiritual practice begins not by taking the mala in the hand or putting various kinds of marks on your body. The real spiritual practice begins when we start learning from our own experiences. Then every experience is our guru. Those who cannot learn from their own experiences, even God cannot teach them. Something like, we can take the horse to the waters. You cannot tell the horse, drink the water. He will make the water, he won't drink. What will you do? See, friends, so we have to learn. So to go within, what is the first step? Start learning from your experiences of life. Now the second step. During childhood, how many things we used to like and we used to cry and wanted that. But anything you take, human mind cannot remain attracted toward the same thing for a longer period of time. That is the reason when the marriages reach age when the lady has crossed 40 plus and the man has crossed 50 plus, then the firework begins. It is not their fault. It is manufacturer's defect. Because human mind cannot remain attracted toward the same thing for infinite time. It cannot. See? First time when I went to Alaska, right from the aeroplane itself, I used to take a lot of pictures. Wow. Second time I went, no more photography. Third time I went, which hotel we are going? Fourth time, यार यहाँ Indian खाना नहीं मिलता. External things cannot attract our mind for a longer period of time. This is the rule. And yet we don't learn from that. Now the third principle, to go within. We cannot deny that when I want something, I get it, I really enjoy. I can't deny that happiness which I get when I fulfill my desire. How will you work on it? So let us find out. Whenever there is a desire, means exactly what happens. I can tell you my example. I get up early morning 4 o'clock. And in this country and most of the places, all the people are Suryavamshi. Suryavamshi means they come after the sun comes out. Till then they are buried under the bed. You know that principle? Those who wake up after the sunrise, in their next life they become bed bugs. So next time you see any bed bug, maybe anybody will be your mom and dad, who knows. Start your day early morning, friends. Don't keep on sleeping. Affluence is not becoming piggy. So, I get up in the morning 4 o'clock. After I finish my morning ABCD, the first thing, mind starts. Tea, 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 tea. If I don't get tea, I become very uneasy. So first thing I do in anybody's house, I go, kindly keep the kettle and water and the tea bag. I don't require anything else. And then I get that cup of tea. Aha, Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam. Now I can't deny that experience. That experience is there. I do enjoy. Now let us analyze. When I wanted a cup of tea, the condition of my mind was disturbances. And then when I take that cup of tea, the disturbances are quietened. Now instead of learning what we do, when I wanted tea, I was miserable. When I get the tea, I am happy. Therefore, happiness has come from tea. If happiness comes from tea, everybody should have been happy by taking a cup of tea. But it doesn't happen. Americans don't like tea, they like only coffee. I'll tell you one small thing. Somebody told me, it really helps. If you are a regular tea person or a coffee person, and if you have got too much loose motions, take black the other way around. Suppose you are taking tea regularly, if you have got loose motion for whatever reason, take strong black coffee. The stomach gets confused and stops. This is the technique. This technique I tried on someone. Swamiji, I don't know, since morning I have so much of loose motion, I don't know what they gave me eating. I said, if you don't argue and don't talk, I'll give you something. What do you take normally? I take Coca-Cola. No, hot drinks. He said, I take tea. I said, okay, hang around. I made a very strong black coffee. I said, take it. Swamiji, I said, you are discussing. I don't like anybody talking to me. Otherwise, argument, logic, reason, you feel you are in a poultry farm. See? So he took that, cursing me. Oh, it is I said, take it, it is Ayurvedic medicine. After that was done, within half an hour, everything settled down. He asked me, Swamiji, what is the technique here? I said, technique is confusion. The stomach is confused. ऊपर जाना है कि नीचे जाना है? And it stops. Out of sheer love, God creates problems in our life. These problems are like the vaccination dose. See? What is the vaccination? Vaccination is, we introduce the disease germs which are no more capable of producing disease, but they can create antibodies in our body for that particular disease. So when we take that vaccine, the whole body gets activated, thinking the disease has come, but there is no disease. As a result, the body is prepared for any disease if it happen to come. Exactly the same way. If you see the first chapter of Gita, I like that is the best chapter of Gita. Had Bhagwan Krishna not created confusion in the mind of Arjun, Bhagavad Gita would never have been born. See? When Arjuna says, take my chariot between the army, two armies, he had option to take the chariot in front of Duryodhan Dushasan. So if the chariot had gone in front of Duryodhan Dushasan, will Arjuna ever ask a question, should I fight or not? What Bhagwan did? He brought the chariot in front of his guru and his grandfather. Be attentive. Here the real inward journey begins. See, friends, when the road is nice, plain, no traffic, calm and quiet, you are going, after some time, the lullaby happens. See? Therefore, in between there are speed breakers. When the speed, oh, what happened? Come on, go ahead properly. See? In the same manner, when everything is goody, then out of sheer love for us, Bhagwan creates problem for our life. And then we start thinking. See, friends. And the thinking is two types. Those who are samsari, they don't think. They have got two things. Either they complain or they worry. When they come to us, they complain. When they are by themselves, they worry. Constantly busy. So, every difficulty in our life is God sent blessing in disguise. And then we start thinking. See, one more example I'll give you. There is one lady somewhere, and she Unfortunately, her father died when she was hardly maybe 20 or so. And she had two sisters and a brother. So she worked and made the sisters and the brother study, got them married, everything, everybody settled. Now all the three of them, they don't want this elder sister. So when she goes to her younger sister number one, she is clearly told, Didi, my husband doesn't like your coming here. Meaning, don't come. Then she went to the second sister. Second sister says the same thing. Didi, I know you will not like it and I also don't like it, but what can I do? I have to live with him. He will come for a few days and go and he will torture me for the whole life. So what you want? She goes. Then she went to her brother. Brother said, this Mahamaya, I am fed up with her. Now you don't add to it. When she was discarded from all the three places, जब कोई तुम्हारा हृदय तोड़ दे तब तुम मेरे पास आना प्रिय. She came to me. Swamiji, I have done so much for everybody. Nobody wants me. Complain. See, learn this basic principle. Whatever we do, nobody needs us. It is our need that we do whatever we do. But we have this wrong notion. I am doing so much, I am doing this, I am doing that. Who wants? And because of that, we become frustrated. Therefore, if you are doing something, it is your need. Your mind will remain at peace. But what we do? We do something, and out of that, we want something in return. And this is how we become frustrated. Instead of going inside, we go to the drinking booth. See, friends, we get into the liquid spirituality, not the solid spirituality. Therefore, to go within means what? Any difficulty that comes in our life, it is a reminder. Enough. Something like this. Suppose, why suppose I have tremendous toothache. And those who had, they know what a joyful experience it is. So, with that toothache, is it given to us to torture? It is a reminder, hey, there is something wrong with your gums. Take care. But what we do? We take the painkillers. Painkillers are the drugs which kill you without pain. So you take that thing and the pain subsides. Oh, no, I am all right. And as a result, the disease becomes more and more serious. If right in the beginning you get little pain, you take care of it, you have protected yourself. If this is with the body, go again to the level of the mind. See, friends, whenever we get hurt, understand something somewhere is wrong with us, not with the world. Nobody is miserable because of others. We are all miserable because we are self-sufficient. We don't require anybody else. That is why you will see many times people, they say, such people come to me, therefore I don't allow anybody to come to my house wherever I am. Because when I go to somebody's house, I can run away. But somebody comes in your house, then you can't say, go out. You don't know my problems. I got tremendous problems. See? So, it is a very simple way. Whenever we get hurt, there is something wrong with us. So, such people who are all alone. And then there is, Swamiji, what are you doing? I said, I am busy with my work. Normally people, what they think, then after my lecture, I go and sleep, but this is not their fault. Whenever anybody calls me, I give this answer. I should not have told. So I give this answer. Swamiji, what are you doing? No, I was sleeping. Oh, I am very sorry. Over. Now a stage has come. Anybody calls me anytime, the first thing, Swamiji, I hope you are not sleeping. So it has become such that after the lecture I go and sleep. So they say, Swamiji, I was getting bored. I thought, let me go and spend some time with you. Why you are getting bored? No, I was alone. Now imagine, when a person becomes bored because he or she is alone, what a solid bore that person must be. If I am bored because of her, I can go away from her. But if I am bored because of me, जाऊं तो जाऊं कहाँ? Where will I go? See friends, whenever we get bored because of ourselves, we are a solid bore. See friends, learn to remain alone without feeling lonely. This is the process of going within. This can happen only if we start working on our mind. Like the bridge, the mind can go in the outer world, the mind can go in the inner world. And the river on which this bridge of mind is built, the river is the river of life. Now take this picture. River always flows in one direction. Start from Gomukh, goes to Ganga Sagar in one direction. Exactly the same way, the river of life begins from the womb, goes to the tomb. There is no turning back. There is no reverse gear. You can't go back. So this is the river is flowing. Now on this river, there is a bridge. The bridge is that of mind. And we are on that bridge. Be attentive. All experiences happen only in the mind. Experiences do not happen in the body. All experiences, good and bad, they happen in the mind. When the mind is totally enfolded and kept below the pillow and we are snoring away, the thieves come and take the things away, we don't care. Because that experience is not happening to us because we are no more using the mind. Now learn this principle. Every experience happens only in the mind. Very simple, it's not difficult. Like the experience of pain. When suppose some operation has to be done, so the doctors give you local anesthesia and then they cut. You can see your finger is being cut. Because of the local anesthesia, we don't get the pain. Now what is the reason? Reason is this particular thumb was under chemical meditation. The mind was not allowed to enter the thumb. Therefore, although it was cut, yet there was no pain felt. Any experience, good or bad, happens only in the mind. So this mind has this option. Either it goes to the world or it can go back to the source. This is how we are constantly going either to the world or to the back. Now if you observe your own life, what we do, get identified with the body, go in the world, get disgusted, frustrated, kicked, then we come back home, and then we go to sleep. Means what? Now the mind we have crossed and come to our own source. So like at night we keep our phone for charging, it gets charged. In the same manner, our mind is charged with the divine. So we sleep for 7-8 hours, we are fully charged. Now the charged mind, that full energy, what we do with that? Again we go outside. And everything is discharged. Again we are frustrated. Again we come back, plug it to the divine. Whole night it is charged. Again we get up. The same thing we are shamelessly repeating, but not learning anything from that. See, friends, worse than anything is this. We come out of the sleep, but we don't come out of the bed. Coming out of the sleep is never a problem. Coming out of the bed is the biggest problem. There only nature alone can help us. That's why when the nature's call comes, then we go. No, I have to go. That's why it's called a nature's call. We get up in the morning naturally. See? So that period, coming out of the sleep and coming out of the bed, wider the period, more disgusting is our life. That is the time we exhaust all the energy of our life. And then, like you all must be doing it, then on Monday you have to go to office. Oh God, it's Monday. So when it is Friday, everybody's charged. Oh, we'll go for a weekend. And you go for a weekend and get totally exhausted, come on Monday to the office, totally weakened. No energy. This we have been repeating again and again. Once in a while, pause. Here you have seen, traffic signals. There is one signal, stop. Same way, pause in your life. Look behind. What we have achieved till date. Upanishad says, Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayan. Look behind what we have done. Other than converting good food into garbage, what else? Is this all our life? Or there is something higher? To get this particular point in our life, the Lord, out of sheer love and concern for us, He sends some difficulties in our life. A person who doesn't have difficulties and problems is most unfortunate. It's necessary. Like, when your dream is going on goody dream, that dream never breaks. You are nicely going somewhere in a nice car and hoo, and your Coca-Cola parties are going on. Such a dream will never break. But suddenly in that party, some terrorist comes and tang, starts killing in the dream. Immediately you wake up. In the same manner, this waking dream, it is going on goody. My husband is there, my wife is good, my children are good, my health is good. This dream will never break. Then one day suddenly you get a pain in your heart. The doctor says, now count your days. It is 90% blockage. Immediately everything changes. See, friends, to bring us to this point, out of sheer concern and love for us, the Lord sends different problems. So whenever a problem comes, understand it is a time to go within. Enough of this world. And the moment it happens, be attentive. Then in our life, by the God's grace, satsanga happens. See, Tulsidas ji says, Binu Hari Kripa mile nahi santa. God's grace comes in our life by exposing ourselves to various satsanga. And when we go to so many satsang here and there, in today's digital world, we get the satsang at home. Free delivery. Any time, your choice. You don't have to go a particular time. See? So, then we keep on listening and something somewhere clicks. And thereafter we follow it, and slowly, the whole thinking process starts changing. When the thinking process changes, then we come to discover we have got infinite potentialities. But we were wasting all our energy, all our abilities in small little things. See? There's something higher to be achieved. And once you get into it, then you will see, you will live in this world like anybody, but your attention will be on something higher within. And then the satsanga starts changing our thinking process. Now the next step. We start going within by only changing our process of thinking. How do we look at the world and think about the world? Initially we think like this. This object is not available to me. This object is the source of happiness. I am miserable because I don't have that object. And therefore I must get that object. So by looking at the worldly things, this is the process of thinking that happens. This is how a boy falls in love with a girl. Otherwise, why should he get married? See? He is alone, happy, free, educated, lot of money, everything is there. But something goes inside. What a life without a wife. Then he goes for fishing. Many years before in New York, I was going somewhere with my friend. First time I went to that Manhattan area, horrible area. So when we were going, there was one old man, dilapidated, with all the rags and all that. He has kept one glass of water, and in the other hand he had the fishing hook. So like that the string was going in the thing, and he was sitting like this. So one lady, old lady, she saw, and instead of contemplation, she said, poor fellow, he doesn't know, he cannot get the fish in his own glass of water. I think he must be mad. So out of compassion, she said, okay, let me give. And she gave $1 to him. And then she asked, since morning, how many fish you have caught? He said, you are the 10th. We go, that boy goes for fishing, and then he looks at one girl. Now so many girls he sees every day, but at one girl when he looks, now his mind starts working. Why she has come to this particular restaurant when I am there? Must be God's design. Otherwise he has never thought about God. See? And then he starts thinking, I think height-wise we match. And she looks smart. Of course, I am smart. Every fool thinks he is smart. And then slowly, we start developing some kind of thing, and then I cannot think anything else except her or him. See? This is one way how our mind functions. This functioning of the mind is called as creation of a desire. Desire is nothing but adding value to the things and beings in this world. And these values are added in two ways, positive values and negative values. When we add positive values, we get attached and attracted toward the things. When we add negative values, we start running away from the things. In both the cases, we keep running, either towards the objects or away from the objects. Now there is another way. It is said in Vivek Chudamani, Virajya Vishaya Vrata Dosha Drushtya Mumurmuhu Swalakshe Niyatavastha Manasaha Shama Uchyate. When we look at the worldly things, we have to learn this consciously. What are the shortcomings or defects in them? Dosha Drushtya. Anything you look at it and then start. How this is not required? Anything. If you see in your own houses, there are so many things we have collected which we have not used for last 20 years. See? And if it is to be given to somebody, nahi kaam aayega. When? After death? And we keep on accumulating. And why these things come? Because we have given value to that. Friends, we will start going within, be attentive. We have to learn the process of emptying. We are only filling, empty. And if you want to experience that, with your room, for suppose you are staying, you do this experiment. Remove everything from that room. Don't keep anything. Only 4 walls. And sit in that room. And see your experience. The things outside, they have their own personalities. They will impact on you. And once you get this test, lesser the clutter around you, more at peace you are. Isn't it our experience? In deep sleep, there is no clutter around us. Because the mind is totally folded. Therefore, we are all happy. Be attentive. This habit of accumulating the things in the outer world doesn't remain outside. It goes within. Then what we do? Outer world, we collect things. Inner world, we collect memories. See? So, longer our past, more are the memories. And therefore, old people never stay in the present. They are always staying in the past. When we were children, who cares? Please remember this process of going within. These are the basic things in spiritual life. Do not talk about your past. You have done a great favor to the universe. Otherwise, the same thing. I'll tell you one example about it. This happened in Calcutta many years before. There was one girl, she got married, and I could not go for her marriage because that was the time when my lectures were also there. So after the marriage, she became very angry. She told her father, I am not going to take dinner tonight unless Swamiji comes. So her father came all the way. See, now I can't do anything to her. You please come for my sake. I went there. And the table was nicely arranged. They kept my plate also. And all the youngsters, boys and girls, sitting. I pretended I am angry. I said, you insist too much. I don't like people who insist. I came only because of your father, not because of you. Today is my vratam. Today I take food only from the hands of a man, not woman. You can't challenge it. And I'll sit in a separate room. Nobody should see me while eating food. That is my yoga kriya. It was all a bluff. So I went and sat inside the room. The male people, they got and kept the food there. Then the girl's father also came. I said, you also sit here, don't go out. And then the kids were taking their food. He said, Swamiji, why are you behaving like this? I said, you people become father, but you don't have any little bit common sense. This is the time all the young boys and girls, they are in a different mode. They will be having their fun. They will they tease each other. In somebody's food, they will be adding more salt. In somebody's food, they will be adding more chilies. This is the fun time for them. In their fun time, you and me, Budhau, go and sit there. Don't do that. Where we are not required, don't stay for a moment, get out. How simple it is. When we don't understand this, then we feel bad. These days children don't respect elders. See, elders means what? Is it a qualification? What we have done to become old? It is the poor earth running around the sun and our age is growing. This I learned from a child. Very smart, 6-7 years or so. So I was talking to him. I said, hey, how many years old you are? What is your age? American child. I think the earth has gone around the sun for 7 times. When he said like this thing, his mother became angry. Talk sense, he always talks nonsense. I said, no mama, he told correct. He is 7 years old. Because the earth goes around the sun once in a year, isn't it? So the earth is running around the sun and our age is growing. What is our contribution? Even if you don't want, you grow in age. See friends, learn this. Where we are not wanted, don't stay even for a moment. Then what to do? Go within. Watch this. Then you start working on your mind. We all know working by the mind. We don't know working on the mind. Like when I saw this young boy, I was very happy to see him. He has got a good, well-built body. Najar utar lena. Well-built body. When he is going and earning his bread and butter, he is working by the body. But when he goes to the gym, lifts the weight, upar uthaya. What for? For keeping it down. Again lift. What for? For keeping it down. Why are you unnecessarily lifting and keeping it? Come on, keep it once for all. No, Swamiji, I am doing exercise. So when we go to the gym and do exercise, it is working on the body, is it not? You are not working by the body. Apply the same principle to your mind. We are all working by the mind. Working by the mind is what? Commentary, whether required or not required. We being Indians, we have got special characteristics. We are expert in somebody else's job, not ours. We have got suggestions for everybody, including God, what God should have done. We can take decision for anybody. इसकी शादी करा दो. Get him married. There is no need. This is default settings of the mind. This is working by the mind. Now start working on the mind. Friends, the day we start working on the mind, a seeker is born in us. See, the seeker doesn't come from heavens. We go through 3 stages. First, we are lost in this world called as samsari. No other theme. The same thing. The husband, the wife, the children, the in-laws, the outlaws, Hare Ram Ram Ram. When these husband and wife, they come and complain about each other. One day, I don't know what mood I was. One couple came and they said, Swamiji, we are constantly fighting. Please help us. I said, take 2 danda and shuru ho jao. Please help us. Then I told, when you got married, did you ask me? You get married and torture me? Suffer silently. See? So, let us start working on the mind. Working on the mind, step number 1, no complaints. See? Life becomes beautiful. Default, complaints. About everything there is a complaint. And that is why God doesn't listen to our complaints. In the rainy season we complain, it is raining too much. Naturally, rainy season, it will rain. Then it is a winter. Oh, it is too cold. Naturally, it can't be hot in the winter. In the summer, it is 3 digit. You want 4 digit or what? See? The other day I was in Phoenix, Arizona. Morning, 5 o'clock, 102. 5 o'clock. So when we went for a walk in the morning, he said, Swami, it is so hot here. I said, come on, you are in Arizona. You are not in Alaska. This is meant to be hot. The day you stop complaining about anything in this world, a seeker is born. Number 2, no comments on anything, on anybody. Number 3, we are not obliged to answer every question. This thing I learned from American children. When you talk to them, one girl I asked somewhere in California, she must be studying in class 10 or 11, something like that. So I said, hey, what you have decided, what profession you want to take? They start with the, like Sare Gama Padanisa, like oh. So she brought out all those terrible noises. And thereafter she said, I don't know. And it is such a lovely answer. From that day onward, I made her my guru. Anybody asks you, you are not obliged to reply. One elderly person, there only in California, he has read Gita, Upanishad and all that. Probably he was taking my examination or I don't know. Swamiji, I want to hear from you on 2nd chapter of Gita. So his daughter has invited me and he has come from India. These NRI parents, standard, they are same type. So there was a group like this, we were sitting. And then I spoke on 2nd chapter of Gita. And what he expected, probably that was not there. He said, Swamiji, I got some question. I said, okay, ask. How many verses were chanted by Sanjay? How many were chanted by Arjun? And how many were chanted by Bhagavan Krishna? I said, I don't know. Such a joy. No need. How does it matter how many chant, who has chanted? You see what is the theme. Friends, if you really want to walk spiritual path, meaning when you want to go within, don't be academic. Academicians can never know the truth. They will get lost only in this thing. For example, there are many mantras in Upanishad. If you take the Panini's grammar, according to those grammar rules, those mantras are wrong grammatically. See? So will you correct the Upanishad? Will you correct the Vedas? Because you are a grammarian. See, friends. Therefore, to go within, this is the one of the best things. I don't know. It is better to keep your mouth shut and let the people think we are dumb than to confirm them by opening our mouth. It's easier. Therefore, friends, going within is our choice. So how we start? Start seeing the shortcomings in the things. See, one young boy, maybe about 30, 35, he asked me, Swamiji, I don't feel like going to the temple, but I had to take my mother, I have no choice. Why should I take? Why should people go to temple? I said, look here, forget about. I also don't like to go to temple. I also don't believe in God. But my profession is such that I have to show that. Then I asked him, do you have red and white cigarette? What? I said, yes, I smoke. No, Swamiji. I said, why are you telling me lies? You smoke, is it not? Yes, I smoke. I said, why do you smoke? I smoke. I said, no, you smoke because it is written on that cigarette packet, cigarette smoking is injurious to health. You read it every time. And what impact it makes on you? Zero impact. The purpose of writing that on the cigarette packet is when you read, think what it tells. In the same manner, look at the world, be attentive. Wise people learn from the experiences of others. Otherwise, people don't learn from their own experiences. The same mistakes are made again and again. See, friends. And this is how, instead of going within, we become depressed and dejected. So when you start working on the mind, now the last step, working on the mind is therefore two things. Number one, when you are with the world, don't bring your past in the present. Try consciously. Normally you will see, here are people, wherever we go, the same question. Swamiji, where are you from? So I tell them, I am from your heart. They get tickling. No, I don't mean that. There is no need. Why collect unwanted data? There is no need. So don't talk about your past. Don't ask anybody about their past. Then what to talk? Talk about like here they do. Hey, today weather is very good. Today is very hot. And everybody is feeling heat. You don't have to tell. But make a statement. Oh, it's very hot. Really, it's very hot. I thought it is cold. No, it's hot. Such talks do not create sin or merit. Paap punya kuch nahi. Then second thing, stop talking to yourself. These two things practice consciously. Do it now. For next 30 seconds, don't talk to yourself. Give it a try. This was going within. We always talk and think about something which is other than ourselves. Like the eyes cannot see themselves. In the same manner, when the mind stops talking, it is completely withdrawn from the world. Then we come to know in and out is an illusion. We don't have to go in. We don't have to go out. In and out is only an illusion. For example, when we are in deep sleep, that time we are inside the body or outside the body. When we are in deep sleep, that time we are inside the room or outside the room. There is no reference point to make a demarcation in and out. See, we are inside the hall, our shoes are outside the hall. Shoes are inside the house, car is outside the house. Car is in New Jersey, New York is outside New Jersey. New York is in America, India is outside America. In, out, in, out. Some reference point is required. A reference point happens only after body identification. Therefore, to go within means get out of this notion of in and out. And the technique is this. Before we talk to others, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? Second thing, don't talk to yourself. Give it a try. Not at a time 2 hours. 30 seconds, 1 minute, enough. Like a child learns walking, he doesn't start running directly even if he Milka Singh. 1, 2 steps falls down. Never mind. Again 1, 2, 3 steps, again falls down. In the same manner. Go slow, very steady. 30 seconds remain. In a day, do it 10 times. Then your stamina will build up. Then make it 45 seconds. If you feel that thoughts are coming, forget about it. Then simply do some physical thing here and there. Again, suddenly sit down. Now let us try again. I guarantee you, once you take up this, your whole approach to life will change. Because now our mind will stop reacting. Because the mind has developed a taste for remaining free from the burden of thoughts. Thoughts are a burden on the mind. And that is why people go to drinks and drugs. What the drinks and drugs do? Quieten the thoughts. Nothing else. So when the concept of in and out is over, you discover the source of happiness. And that source of happiness is none other than you. Then you will not seek happiness. Then you will express happiness. When we are able to express happiness in and through every action, every word, every thought, then alone we have really reached the source, which is the source of happiness for everything and being. Give it a try and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.